Hello everyone, how are you doing? I'm going to show you what an export looks like for SAS for our class here. So I'm going to go to our website. I apologize if my children are chatting in the background here. They're in the other room watching some Disney, but they might peek in every once in a while. So just a quick login to our SAS environment. There's quite a few logins that we have to do sometimes to get to this environment. So now we want to click on SAS Studio. And usually I would cut this, I'd edit the video so you don't see this, but it's our first week, so I wanted to make sure that you got another look at what it means to log into the environment as we wait here. So apologize if this video is a little longer than maybe it needs to be for some of you. There's my cleaner there. Okay, so your environment might be a little different. I've already got program number 1 up because last time I was in here, I must have been, clicking around and trying to do something there. But what'll happen is you're going to get a results section, all those stats that you saw over there, and you're going to get some of these choices here. Ultimately, what we're going to be looking for, because you're going to be writing a paper at the end, well, not at the end, but you're going to be working on a paper throughout the semester based on your actual project. So I want you to get comfortable being able to incorporate the output into a document. But for the purposes of your weekly assignments, it doesn't matter to me whether it's a PDF or a Word document or something along those lines. So let's just go ahead, and I'm just going to grab, and this is the beauty of the software, is I can go in here to tasks and just play around, all these, and I invite you to check these out, and as we get going into the course, if you're curious about some of these, some of them are you need a stats degree to really understand them, like frontier analysis and some econometric stuff. But feel free to play around and chat with each other, see what you discover here. I will do the same. I'll look out for some discussion boards throughout the course here and see if I can chime in too with your weekly non-assignment discussions. So let's just go with summary statistics here. Open that up. Okay, so I don't remember if we covered this before, but within the libraries, I showed you how to do your own library with the upload and import, but also under SAS help, there are several library data sets. Okay? So, I'm not sure, I haven't opened up every one of these to see if there's enough fluid, data, variables and things like that. But I'm pretty sure in a baseball data set there is. So I'm just going to click on that one there. And, remember what we did last time with our data set. If we want to look at the number of at-bats, and we want to look at the number of hits, the number of home runs, I assume that's home runs, and then regular runs, which are not the same as home runs, RBIs, runs batted in, and I apologize, I'm not too familiar with this, but I don't know if that's the logarithm of salary. Oh, you know what? I just saw salary there. So let's just go salary. That'd be a fun thing here. And then classification. It's like a group by. So if you've done SQL before, a SQL database, it's almost like the group by. Like, how are we going to classify this? So if we simply run this, and for those of you that like the code, here's your code. Proc means procedure. We can hit this guy right here, and it'll run our analysis, right? So it will run the variable that we've selected, and it'll give the actual proper label. Sometimes we might call that like little bit of a data dictionary, and then our mean, standard deviation, min, max, number. I've also said before we can go down to options, and this is where you get your 5Ms from. By default, they won't be there because we're missing median there as well. And then additional statistics are in there, details, plots, just there's a lot of stuff in here. Number of missing values. Remember, we're trying to look for those null values. So then run it again. Again, I want you to get comfortable using a variety of data sets in this class. So from time to time, I'm going to show you different videos of me playing around with the software. So we have our results over here. Now, if we wanted to go over here and add a variable, well, that'd be a great one, such as team. Actually, position might be fun. I used to play third base. I loved being on the, I guess depending on how you look at it, the right side of the field. Most people were right-handed hitters, and so I got a lot of those line drives. I just loved that stuff. I'm reminiscing now from many years ago. But now if we hit that button, we're going to get our same statistics, but now based on positions. Wow, my baseball terminology is really out of date. I don't know what all these mean, every one of them. So somebody greater than myself, I'm sure, knows something about these, but you can break them down. Now, the point of the video that you're interested in is this part. I had somebody ask me a question. Do you want it by screenshot? Do you want Word document, things like that? And my answer to you, there's a lot of cool things you can do here, is you can do a PDF. What it'll do is it'll compile everything into a nice little PDF. However, when you get to your term project and things like that, you're not going to be able to strip a PDF because it's pseudo permanent. So a Word document to get it out of the system would be great. Now it becomes a rich text format, so it's not truly a Word document until you save it as one. So be careful with that. I liken that to comma separated values, CSV files from Excel. So just be careful, you'll have a rich text format. So now you have all your statistics in here. This is quite a bit of statistics. You'd probably go into some sort of an appendix if you were writing a big paper. Or you would take a snippet out and say, hey, look at these statistics, blah, blah, blah. For more information, go to the appendix. But my point here is you're going to have to go up to File, Save As, wherever you're going to put it, and see how it's rich text format there. You're going to want to drop down in Word document. Mindful of those things. All right. If we choose, sometimes we like to get print ready, and then you can save it as a PDF or print or whatever as well. Save it to the Google Drive. Open in a new browser tab. You can email it to yourself as HTML, so it'll be embedded in your email, or you can PDF it. Stuff like that. Just various things. Now, again, back to the question. If you want to give it to me as a PDF or a Word document, either one's fine. Either one is fine. Just know that later on in your term project, when you do statistics like this, or you do your regression models or your cluster analysis, things like that for your project, you're going to have to put those stats in your paper. I'm not going to want 6 different files, like here's my paper and here's my PDF of my stats for this, here's my PDF of my stats for that, etc. I'm looking for you to be able to compile that together. So I know it's a long answer here, but as a teacher, I like to be well grounded and show you all the different things. Word document is probably best, or rich text format would probably be the best there for you. So great. If you have any more questions, just send me a message. Thanks.